Oscar, I forgot how psychopathic this film was. These sorts of films are.
Oh yeah, they're just torture. It's torture porn for children. Probably shouldn't say that sentence out loud. My name's Oscar.
My name is Carl, and this is Who Would Watch This?
Who would say that, Carl?
You would say that. What would Oscar say? Welcome to Oscar. What would Oscar say?
Welcome to Who Would Watch This, the podcast where we watch a film, we chat about it, and then we try and figure out who would watch that. That's the general gist of the podcast.
Oh, and today we're talking about Home Sweet Home Alone, a title so offensive you'd think this wasn't real, except for the fact that it is on Disney+. Currently has a Rotten Tomatoes score of 18%, a Letterboxd rating of 1.6, and an IMDb rating of 3.5. Easily one of the lowest reviewed films we have ever done. Is it really going to be that bad? Let's find out. What's the plot?
Well, get this, Carl. It's Home Alone, but with a twist.
Ooh.
A married couple tries to steal back a valuable heirloom from a troublesome kid.
Yes, I'm sure if I was a kid watching, I would love the twist of following the adult characters and the kids being the villain.
Yes, that's a good twist. That actually is a good twist on paper.
Yeah, it's a great twist on paper. Does it successfully pull it off?
No. No,
it does not. Oscar, shall we go back in time to before we watch this film and try to predict who we thought would watch it?
I think we should.
I think we should. Should we go a little bit back in time? Let's go back in time.
Carl, what do you reckon? No, Carl.
You're not an accent man. Oh yeah.
Excuse me.
Oh, he's brought it back.
Brought it back.
A little bit of Oliver
Jimmy
Twist.
Jimmy. Fuck. Damn it. Fuck.
Is that what you were trying
Jim
to do?
Carrey. I was trying to say.
Oh, so we're doing the new Home Alone.
Mm-hmm.
Early reviews are not good.
Not kind.
So I was like, it has to be done.
Do you see the trailer?
I saw the trailer like when it came out a few weeks ago. Not a lot of advertisement for the film.
No.
Don't think Disney has much faith in it.
It's November. It's a Christmas movie. That doesn't seem very kind to it.
Imagine releasing it not near the holiday it's based on. Just
Halloween in February.
I love the idea of just being like, we think that this detracts from the concept of Christmas, so we're going to release it a month before.
This is Disney's gift to you, pushing this away from the holiday it's celebrating.
Can I only imagine if this was Christmas and somebody put this on Christmas Day, they would be like, pack it all up.
Santa's
nobody's getting any present. Pack down the tree, spit that cookie out, spit it out, put the rest in the.
I'm putting down the reindeer. We're putting them down. We're going to the vets.
Just like, Daddy, why do we own them?
It'd be pretty easy Rudolph would be pretty easy. He's got a red nose, like a walking
He can't
target.
escape. He can't escape. He's like a little red. Maybe you would use Rudolph as like the little red dot to track.
Yeah.
It's like Prancer's got like a little red dot on him. He's like, oh no, just bam through the head.
Got Bambied in there. Culture.
Oscar, who do we think this movie's going to be for?
The freaking Grinch. That's who. No, I don't know. Because let's face it, the first one's good. Second one's kind of fun.
I do like the second. I do like the first two.
I remember watching the third or fourth. I never know. He floods the whole house. I can't remember which one. I don't want to revisit them. That's just I made a promise myself. But I remember liking the traps as a child, going haha. But it's not good. I've forgotten it.
Yeah, like I remember watching the first Home Alone, the second one, one after each other, one Christmas, and you can't be done. Yeah. They're both so similar and repetitive that you need to just pick either one or two to watch at Christmas. You don't watch both at Christmas.
No. So then 3, 4, and 5 are sitting there, very ugly, and then you've got the sixth one.
Here's the thing though: you got Christopher Columbus, who did like the Harry Potter films. You've got John Williams doing the score. You've got great casting in terms of the burglars, the mum, the Kevin McAllister. Yeah. It's like a perfect storm that's also clouded with some nice nostalgia. Like, it's just wholesome. It's very Christmassy. It's like a warm little hug, you know?
That's what the fourth one is.
I was talking about the third. Talking about the one with the microchip in a car.
Oh, that's the one I've seen. Oh, that one's strange.
The one where they're flat out criminal murderers, just being like,
aren't they war criminals?
so yeah, they got like, I feel like I don't remember, but the ending of the movie is he points a gun at the kid.
Sticks it in the child's mouth and makes him cry. It's a weird Christmas movie.
Oh, it is. It's actually, if you recall, some people think that it came out after, but it was before Reservoir Dogs, and the villain cuts the ear off of Kevin and dances around him. It was really ahead of its time. John Hughes knew what he was doing.
John Hughes, Quentin Tarantino has borrowed a lot from John Hughes. He saw The Breakfast Club, went, yes, Django Unchained. That's it.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off is his Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
What's it on a time in Seattle? Is that where it's set?
It's a love letter to Seattle. You shut your fucking mouth.
Everyone says that. What is a love letter to? They go to that boring museum.
Oh, it's a stunning museum. How dare you? How dare you?
Shut up about Seattle.
Shut up about Seattle.
No, we can't bring the Frasier gags back so soon. We'll give it some time.
Oh, yeah.
Quickly, who would watch this fucking film, The Six Home Alone? We said who would watch The Six Home Alone. Who do you think's watching The Six Home Alone?
Oh God, it can only be for fans of the fifth. Like, it can't be for fans of any of the others.
I was a fan of the fourth, but the fifth let me down.
Oh God, you can't be a fan of the fourth. I just don't think that's a thing. And then the third one takes such a pivot in terms of Christmas isn't a thing. The kid's sick. He's left home alone during the day.
Yeah.
You know, not left home alone.
That's a casual bad parent. Not a hijinks movie.
Yeah, and he's ill. There's a talking parrot. So you can't. So it's like, if you're a fan of the third, that's such a deviation from the first and the second that you probably don't like the first and the second.
No.
Maybe this is. Yeah, I think this is only for fans of the fifth, having never seen the fifth.
Let's pivot. Let's talk about the fifth. That's all we're about. All right.
What do we think the fifth is about?
Oh God, I don't know.
Satchels?
Yeah, that's probably the main plot and theme of the film.
How could satchel? Could you imagine if at the end you're just like shedding a tear as like the satchel gets thrown into lava?
Why have you jumped on satchel?
Sorry,
Such a strange word. The little bag?
yeah, like a little bag. What Indiana Jones has.
He's a whip, Carl.
Oh. But he keeps that in a satchel.
He does. He's in a satchel. I
feel like we're not far off in terms of...
we nailed that. This is...
It is about a satchel.
It is pretty much primarily 90 minutes of satchel shots. Say that quickly. You can't.
Satchel shots, satchel shots, satchel shots,
don't
satchel
mock me.
sluts, satchel sluts, satchel sluts, satchel sluts,
Sluts! Well, should we...
Jump right in.
I think so.
I don't want to be nitpicky. The graphics of the title are awful. It's so cheap.
Oh, God. It sucks because, like, every single time you go... It's a nitpick, but...
I know,
yeah,
but it's just like the person...
feels cheap, doesn't it?
My roommate next to me, I was like, could you do better? Because he does graphics. And he went, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He was
A
like,
Word document
give
would
me
be
an
better."
hour. Yeah, he was just like, I can do it on paper with a thick texture, and it would still.
It would bleed. It would bleed, but I could still do it.
I'd rub my sweaty hand over it, and it would still look better. He didn't even want to do it on paper. He did it on
Cardboard. He found
did it on foil from the kitchen, crinkled, used the night before for a roast.
It was grease stuck to it.
Oh, so much grease.
Sorry,
stuck
if
to it.
Home Alone 6 opened with a greasy tinfoil tin that said Home Alone, Sweet Home Alone, I'd be in.
I'd be like, what a bold decision. Disney Plus knows its audience and it knows what it's doing. My friend would have been like, can't beat it.
Fuck, they've
They've nailed it. I'll put my foil away, I guess.
Crumples it up again.
I'm like, oh, that's better. Make that
Are we going to commit to the characters' names or the actors' names? Because I have not written a single character's name.
Are there characters in this?
Nope.
Oh, okay, very good. I've only done actors.
Good.
Except for the kid. I don't know what the kid's
I don't know what
name
the kid's name is. His name is Max in the film. He's the guy from Jojo Rabbit.
Yes.
Not the main kid, the other kid with glasses.
Yeah, not the one called Roman. I think that kid's actor's name. The other one.
The other one.
The other one.
The other one.
Adorable.
Adorable.
Yeah. Yeah, so Here's the setup.
Here's the setup.
It's so convoluted.
So convoluted.
There is an open house happening.
Yes.
This kid's drunk so much soda
Yes.
and is like, Mum, I don't want to go to the bathroom at home because it's so busy. Mm-hmm. I want to go to a bathroom now. And she's like, well, then let's pretend.
We want to buy a house and we'll go to an open house. So we've got the kid, Max. We've got Ashley B, which is like, she's a Irish comedian. She's the mum. It's Home Alone. So we're just going to like find her a place. She's the mum and
What else is she in? I usually like her and stuff.
She's an 8 out of 10 Cats.
Oh, yeah.
Normally. Good for her. Again, everyone's got a paycheck. Go them.
Yeah.
There is issues though. So yeah, they go to a house. So essentially, they go to a house selling party. We get introduced to Ellie Kemper from The Office.
Yep.
We get introduced to Rob Delaney, who's in.
He's in lots of stuff.
Lots of stuff.
Everybody, he had like a resurgence because of his Deadpool 2 cameo.
Yes.
So we can say that you'll probably know him from Deadpool 2.
Yeah, you know his face. I'm
Yeah.
going to say he's in that communist movie. Oh no, TV show? Maybe not.
What do you reckon it is?
Oh, like the Soviet spy one?
The Americans.
The Americans.
He
That's
is
not
not
him.
in the
That's not him.
Americans.
What is he in?
He's in Home Sweet Home Alone.
Okay, good. Yeah, we got Rob Delaney from Home Sweet Home Alone with Ellie Kemper from Home Sweet Home Alone. Wow, he was in Home Sweet Home Alone. Weird.
He's in The Hustle. Remember when we watched The Hustle in Vietnam?
Yeah, painful.
Deadpool 2. Look, he's in things.
He's in things. Yeah, so they are a couple who are selling the house. They don't want to sell the house.
Yeah. Because they're down on their luck. He's lost his job. He's lost his manhood. His wife and his kids don't respect him.
No.
And his brother doesn't respect him either.
Quite frankly, he's right to.
Yeah. We're introduced to the two most sympathetic characters I've ever seen in a film.
Down on their luck, really trying
They
to...
love one another. They love their family.
They'll
they
do
love
anything
their
for their
house.
kids. They've essentially hid that they are poor to their kids because they're embarrassed.
Yeah.
And these are our fucking villains, baby. These are the people who are the cruel meanies in the film.
Oh god. So anyway, the Max meets fucking Rob Delaney, right? And I sent a message to you. I was like, the scenes are so silent. There's no sound effects.
No.
There's no music playing. It's just them being like, "You look like Frankenstein." Oh, don't you mean Frankenstein's monster? And the mum comes in and is like, "Oh, you look like Frankenstein's monster." Like, it's just like,
It is. It feels stale. Does it feel like it was not written? It feels like it was just like make some stuff up.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
No.
And it hasn't been cut correctly, I don't think. It has no energy to the scene.
No, it's a very empty scene, and you're just sort of like, I guess you guys are both kind of dicks. Like, you're bullying a child, and the child's being mean to you.
But I can imagine being a child going into an open home and going, "Can I have your sodas?"
Yeah.
That's not how it works. You just use the bathroom, for fuck's sake.
You pissed out liquid, don't drink
I know.
more.
I bet he missed.
I bet that little fucker probably pissed all over the floor.
I bet he did it on purpose. He did that thing. He did that thing where you top deck it. So the next time somebody flushes in that open home, piss and shit just comes out.
How do you know what's top decking? I've never heard of that.
Is that not a thing?
It seems like you do a thing.
So let's pause. I'll show you on your bath. Have I never done it to your bathroom?
Don't piss in my toilet.
I almost said bath. It was like I've not left a floater in the bath here before.
Just shit, a dry shit in the bath. Not even a floater. Just shit on your walls.
Oh god, have you seen that thing where it's like, because Oscar owns Roomba?
I'm doing well. I don't want to brag.
The podcast is doing pretty well.
It's doing pretty well.
A dog shat in a home, and the Roomba tried to clean it up and just smeared it all through the house.
Carl did that. He shat on my carpet and then just
true,
rubbed it in. The Roomba wasn't even on.
No, then I shat on the Roomba too. Anyway, so they get into a conversation where the kid's like, "Isn't that doll worth a lot of money?" I don't know why the kid knows, right?
I don't know. Saying that though, as a child, I would go on eBay and I would just look up Lego and go, "Oh, it's expensive." So I would know. I knew the Lego market pretty well as 10
Did you know this weird fucking ugly upside down
No
doll?
clue. No clue. It's essentially like a terrifying doll that the head's upside down. It's like a rare misprint.
Yeah.
And the doll is then gone in the next scene. Who could have done that?
Did this unlikable fuckwit of a kid accidentally... I would like to also point out that as we talk about this kid, the performance is fine.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good child performance.
Actually, is pretty good.
I don't think it's on the level of Macaulay Culkin. I think
No.
he talks to himself really well. Like, I think... this kid's kind of barely in the movie.
Yeah.
Like, he probably has the least amount of screen time
I think
of the
so.
three main characters.
He's proven himself to be a good actor in Jojo Rabbit.
He's good and he's good in this. I'm sure he'll be in a lot of other stuff.
Yeah.
That's one thing Taika Waititi's really good at, is he's great with getting really good performances out of kids. So having said that, the way this character is written, I hate this. I hate this kid. I hate the character.
All the hate is towards the character, not the kid.
This is the most unlikable protagonist. Like, to replace Kevin McAllister with this kid is like, this kid's not like intuitive. He's not smart. He's not into. You know how it's like in the original Home Alone, there's like an escalation to what that kid is able to do to fend off the attackers.
Yes.
This kid doesn't do that.
No.
He doesn't do anything until the final act. He doesn't show any sort of smarts that would make you think he would be able to actually pull off any of what he's planning, which is the main crux of Home Alone. It's fucking weird.
It feels really
this movie's like this.
It feels empty, doesn't it? It feels like what would this film be if you hadn't seen Home Alone? Because they're just kind of going through the motions. Like, he does the montage of eating candy, all that sort of stuff.
All of the beats happen really quick.
Yeah.
Like, there's no... okay, so anyway, he's stolen the doll, essentially. Yes. He's gotten home. The house is, like, in a ruckus.
Yeah.
So many kids, just like in the first one. And this is one of those things where it's like, because this is essentially where the first movie starts.
Yes.
This similar sort of setting. They establish the ill relationship that the mum and the son have. And it's like, they have a fight, and it's actually really sad when he's like, well, I wish you weren't my mum, and I wish I didn't have to spend Christmas with you. In this movie, I don't get that the kid dislikes his family.
No, he doesn't.
He just goes, oh... It's loud.
It's very loud. The dad, Pete Holmes, is sort of like, clean up your blocks.
Here's the thing. Is he the dad?
I've got no clue.
I've got no clue if
But
he's
you know
the
who
dad.
showed up? The guy who plays Jerry in Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Is there for
Chris
half...
Parnell,
for half a scene.
Yeah.
I've got no clue why he was there.
And then there's that other actor.
Kind of older one?
The older one that wears glasses.
Yeah.
And he's the one that's in the final scene.
Yeah.
So are we to believe...
I've got no clue what this family dynamic
I don't know what the family dynamic is, but if Pete Holmes is the dad, they got a divorce at the end?
Maybe, yeah.
They must have gotten a divorce.
I think so.
Because he's not there at the dinner. Which is sad.
We'll get to that dinner. That's a weird... Anyway, so essentially, like... How weird... How, like, empty
it's
does
weird.
it feel?
Anyway, yeah, so this is a movie that feels unpopulated by anything. It's really weird that the interior of this house isn't even Christmas-themed. I was like, where's the fucking... There's an elf on a shelf. That is it.
Oh, but it's like in the corner. Just like we got
I'm
one.
convinced they CG'd it in. Like they didn't have the rights to the elf. On the shelf. We can put...
I like the original scene was like, you just talk to a table. What?
Love the idea that like, we'll CG it in.
We'll CG it.
Imagine just being like, oh,
Someone has the elf. Should I just... No. We'll do it in post.
we'll CG it in. That fucking monstrosity of a thing? No, we'll CG it in.
Yuck.
I heard the elf was a diva on set. It refused to sit on a shelf.
It was drinking.
I heard it hit the actor of Max.
Yeah.
So there were issues.
There were issues.
Knocked him right in the eye with a wine bottle.
Yeah.
Just
It was eggnog. For an eggnog card.
It was just crack cocaine. Just a thick satchel of it.
Snorting, smoking candy canes, just getting real dirty with it.
I love the idea just being like, that elf is sitting on a shelf just being like, if we don't shoot soon, I'm going to take my pants off. Just like...
Elf on a shelf with my pants on my fucking floor.
I can only imagine the director on the phone to the producer being like, we're going to need money to CGI in the elf. It is a nightmare to work with.
Underneath the table, you gotta help me, Mr. Walt Disney. The elf. What's this film? Home Alone 6. Fuck off.
Walt Disney's like, I got defrosted to talk to you about Home Alone 6. Put me back in.
Kevin Feige, Disney, what? We've got an issue on the Home Alone 6 set.
Kevin Feige's like a cinematic universe that joins all of the Home Alones.
Well, this one does actually. It does. It is technically.
Gives a great shout out to whoever's in Home Alone 5.
It could be the main actor. We wouldn't know.
You know, it would have been interesting because here's the thing: I enjoy the twist of we kind of follow the burglars, right? Interesting concept. I don't think it makes any sense to do it for a kids movie when the kid's meant to be the main character. I don't know why that's an interesting thing to watch.
Because it knows that you have watched Home Alone. It knows everyone that's watching this has watched Home Alone, which is a cop-out because then they can get away with a lot more stuff, just padding stuff.
Yeah.
But on its own, it's a strange film.
Yeah, it's very strange. And I think on paper, or as a pitch, probably really works.
Yeah.
This execution doesn't.
I just don't get why the characters, the villain, because the villains in the first one are like buffoonish. They cause a muck. They're robbers. They're stealing.
They also play off each other really well.
They do.
Like what's his face didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
The guy from Goodfellas.
Joe Pesci.
Yeah. It's actually a great performance from him, and he's really funny in it.
Yeah.
It also means that you can enjoy them getting in pain. They're playing it really over top, especially the one that plays the other one, like Marv.
Marv, yeah.
Yeah, just like he makes such interesting sounds and facial expressions and noises. Like
they sound like a Looney Tunes cartoon.
Yeah, essentially.
That's how they do.
Yeah.
Whereas this one is, God, we'll get to it.
Yeah, we'll get that. But the thing I want to say is I don't know why you would even bother making this in terms of the nostalgia that I think a lot of these reboots are leaning on. I think just bring back Macaulay Culkin.
He didn't want to be. He didn't want to be in it.
Didn't want to be in it?
Yeah, they asked him.
Pay him a lot of money. I think an interesting thing would be Macaulay Culkin having to break into a kid's house.
Yeah.
And because he knows all the ins and outs of being home alone, is like an amiable foe for a new kid.
Definitely.
Right?
100%. And then when he does fail, it's more deserved because it's like, well, fuck, he was a harder villain to defeat. Should we get a pen?
Oh my God, get a pen. It's like Joker. We'll make it R.
Macaulay Culkin says, cunt.
Well, Murray.
Such a shit. He curb stomps the kid at the end. Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Now you're just like now you're truly home alone. And just
Shoots the mum. Bang, bang. The candy cocaine is cocaine.
We live in him and the elf would have gotten on great in a film. He's got a little elf sidekick that's just a little fucking swearer. It's just like, wow, what are you doing, you little... He's got a sharpened shank of a candy cane that just fucking stabs people.
Get in their ankles.
Anyway, so so conception-wise, I think it makes sense what they're doing. It's not executed successfully. No. Anyway, so they find out the doll's worth $200,000.
Yeah.
This kid has stolen it. Explain how he gets left home alone.
Man, and again, like if you haven't seen the first one, it doesn't really feel earned at all. Essentially,
No, it doesn't.
Okay, he's in a very loud family,
Yeah.
and then he's like, "Oh, I just need a bit of peace and quiet to myself. I know what I will do. I'll go into this luxury BMW, which is I can't stress to you, Carl. When he gets into those comfortable level seats, closes the door, you're comfort and quiet.
I felt like I was in the BMW.
Oh, God. I can't stress. The BMW also has a lovely TV, and it just distracts the kids. You can have a bit of peace and quiet. How nice does BMW look?
So good. Big shout out to BMW.
Big shout out
I
to
got to
BMW.
tell you, because I'm not a car person.
Oh, but after this film?
So here's the thing. When they do these sorts of like really intense commercials in a movie of product placement, it never works because I don't know cars well enough. So when I was explaining to somebody that there was like I was just like, he basically gets left home alone because he crawls into a Porsche. And so...
Your friend was like, a Porsche?
Yeah,
Well,
so-
go on. Tell me what the features of the Porsche were. Oh, it's so comfortable. He gets in. Because it's so soundproof, no, the screaming, he's alone. He's in his element. Oh, it's a great car.
And I'm like, yeah, oh god, I really want a Tesla. It's just like,
kept
it's like,
pivoting
I just never know. And every car, I have car blindness. Every car looks this. I was like, oh, he gets into a fucking Toyota Echo. Like, I never know. So doing this shit is so lost on me because it never makes an impact. It just makes me go, cars.
It's a
He
nice
might as well
car.
have crawled into Lightning McQueen. I wouldn't know. I'd be like, oh, Mater's in this.
Imagine Disney like we're tying it into the Cars universe. Home Alone 5 and Cars 3. Smack them together, you get Home Alone Cars 8. What if the house was alive?
Monster House.
That was a script for Home Alone 8, but they went, just make a monster house. Give it the hideous CGI.
Because just to double check something, I think this might have been the director of Monster House.
This one? No, this
No,
guy.
it's not.
This guy...
Neither did Borat.
Yeah, that's why I looked it up.
And that alley...
Let's talk about this real quickly, because I'll say this right now. It is such a shame the director did all like the Borat stuff, all the Sacha Baron Cohen stuff.
Bridget Jones's Baby, which I
Yeah.
like. I'll
Yeah.
throw that out there. I think it's the best of the Bridget Joneses.
That's such a rogue choice. We're not going to get into it, but yeah,
We could.
the writer,
Scooter from
yeah, College Humor.
Yeah.
Like all the like Jim Rash is in it, the dean
Yeah.
from like Community.
Has arguably the only funny scene.
Only funny scenes.
There's like a ton of comedians in this film.
There
I can
are.
only imagine the movie feels so choppy
Yeah.
that perhaps there's some improv and stuff that's all been cut out and they've gone, just play it safe, cut
Yeah.
it down to very tight 90 minutes. Like, one of the things that's really odd in this is once he's left home alone, it's not like the mum goes on a journey to get back.
No.
You know? So in the original Home Alone, Catherine O'Hare...
How iconic is that plane, like her smacking her
Yeah.
hand? And when we find it in this film,
Yeah.
Ashley B is just like,
She's having a domestic with her husband,
Yeah.
being like, how could you do this to the family?
Yeah.
Like, he is to blame.
yeah.
Because and I really like Pete Holmes and stuff. It kind of made me sad that she got divorces Pete Holmes over this.
It was very weird. It was.
That's if he is the dad.
I don't know. Well, it doesn't really ever say.
I
And there's so
know.
many adults around here. It's like
Yeah.
a weird plot. Like, we won't get into
Because
the family
here's the
dynamic.
thing, it's
but
her son,
yes,
but she has a daughter, and she's left the... Remember,
God.
she kisses the daughter on the forehead,
you're
leaves the
right. What
So it's like, she's already divorced. Because here's the
Is
thing.
every-
Because
is-
here's what's confusing
Yeah.
is then the British daughter comes out and is like, Dad can be there in a few days. Don't you remember? So it's
Oh
like
my
the
God.
other dad that they've left
Yeah.
should be on the... Like, I don't know. What, have we got a whiteboard or a pen?
we can work this out. Let's
can
sort
probably
this
work it out.
Pause the podcast. We're gonna sort this out.
No, where's the... Like, actually, okay, so here's the thing.
Okay, we've got Pete Holmes.
We've got-
Jerry from Rick and Morty,
Yeah.
who I think's an uncle.
Sure. So he would have to be...
Hmm.
He's American. He would have to be the brother of Pete Holmes'
Yes.
character. Like Miles Barlow or somebody
Yeah.
is the other one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Right? So he's the one that's seen at the dinner at the end.
Yeah.
But he's got glasses on.
Yeah.
Which makes me think he...
Is the son, the father?
Is he the
of-
biological father? Like, because here's the is what this was. Is, and I have no idea, but because in the first movie the mother goes on such a journey to have to get home to his son.
Yeah,
Right?
that's one of my favorite scenes. Is the what's the John Caddy?
Yeah, John Candy. Yeah.
God, I love that man. That's such a great little like little side story. Like the whole like her trying to get back. They got the ice cream van.
Yeah, it's not. Well,
It's a great. This one she's on a plane looking at the map and then a kind of
she doesn't struggle at all. She goes to an airport, gets on the next flight,
Yeah.
catches it back. That's her journey.
Yeah.
She doesn't go on anything. Like, I mean, the like Catherine O'Hare has like the very famous monologue about like my son's left alone, sells it. She's crying and everything like that. This character of the mother gets no moments.
No.
She's occasionally cut back to.
yeah.
I can only imagine.
It's played for laugh. She's on the plane. A kind of old, like fat guy next to her is just like, I'm leaning on you. She's like, all right, stop that. And it's
Yeah.
like, all right, we're done.
Isn't it weird the kid doesn't even try to call his parents.
This frustrates me so much.
There's so many plot holes in this
There's
one.
so many because this one like he has like they have like a Siri essentially, like a Amazon Echo, a great product, and you guys gotta get one, huh? Amazon Echo, who would watch
Is
this?
that what it was?
That like weird thing on the shelf.
Oh, the one that they kept talking to?
Yeah, it's like it's in German. I'm like, oh, that's why he can't ring home. It then goes back to English. I don't know why it doesn't call.
But
parents.
wow, I thought that was just a vase.
No, it's played for
Again,
comedy.
I'm not good with product play. It doesn't go. I'm like he talks to a vase the entire.
Three. I bought 3, and I'm in my sweet BMW. It's the leather seats.
I
You
accidentally
have to
bought a
upgrade.
Tesla and a vase. Because she says they don't have landlines because nobody has landlines anymore. But surely the kid has a mobile phone and can message or text.
Go to the
Like it
neighbors.
uses through internet. No, and she's like, oh, but we've only lived there for 2 months.
Like it's like they literally like give like a page of just like right, let's try and plug as many plot holes as we can, and the result.
I don't understand why
more.
they're trying to paint Pete Holmes in like a bad light.
Well, I don't get it either because
he's
he's struggling. He's struggling with the kids.
I think the mother is also to blame because here's the thing. The mother blows up at the kid, rightly so, because she's on a phone call to... If you've ever tried to call an airport before, an airline, fucking awful.
Yeah.
She's got loud noises. The kid's going, mum, mum, mum. And she blows up at the kid. So
She doesn't blow up. She says, "I'm on the phone." She's just like, "I'm on the phone. Can you be a bit quiet?" And the son's like, "Well, into my BMW I go."
he's like, oh, God, mum's a cunt. Like, and walks into a BMW.
What a spoiled little brat.
I know, right? He's awful.
Yeah.
So that means that to her, she never sees the kid again until Tokyo.
Yeah.
So I think she's also to blame.
I think
she doesn't check on if he's asleep in his room. She doesn't wake him up to say goodbye. She doesn't help him do any sort of packing or anything like that. Doesn't she? Literally, her evening must go. I've upset my son. He's momentarily disappeared. I eat dinner, have a shower, go to bed, get up in the morning.
Yeah. Well, because like in the Home Alone, the original, you believe that they could leave.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's stress, but also again with the family. I feel like I could remember all the family dynamic in that one. You got
I
the
know,
older brother,
right?
the younger cousin. You got like you remember it all. You got the fucked up uncles. It works.
Yeah. Everybody's well established, and they do it in the first like 3 minutes of the movie. Like it's just tight storytelling in the original one. We're still confused about the relationships. We don't know who the dad is. If there's a biological dad, who like the Miles Barlow guy is.
Yeah.
We don't know the connect. It's all really confusing. Why does Rob Mulaney and Ellie Kemper have another family rock up to their house? Why is the brother there?
Oh, well, see, I don't. I think it's just to make him feel like I don't know insecure.
Shitty.
Yeah, I will say this though. I do think like Jonah from Veep and his wife probably one of the best little side characters.
Yeah, they're the only ones doing shit.
They're doing shit. They've got like they're all wearing matching clothing. It's kind of like understated, but like the kid is like a little brat.
Yeah.
They play it really well.
I do love them filming the choir, and he's just getting up.
He's getting up and like cinematically spinning. I think he's having a lot of fun. I think the film.
He's definitely been told go nuts.
Yeah.
Right?
100%.
Like-
Because again, you're right. There's no
Yeah.
reason for this family to be here.
Yeah.
There's also a bit that I think would actually be really funny and they all have lots of milk. That's just like that's
Isn't
it.
that an odd gag?
It's an odd gag.
Because I was like, it's funny conceptually.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like they're constantly like, we're gonna go get milk, and
They
they're like,
open
"But
the
you've got-"
fridge and they do have
they've got-
genuinely like.
But it's also one of those gags where you're like, but why have they got so much
No.
milk? Like that's the thing where it's like the gag doesn't make sense because why would this family
No.
have so much milk? And then when they say they're gonna do it again, I like that the brother's like, but you have
A lot of
a
milk.
ridiculous amount of
Yeah.
milk.
Jonah, again, I don't know his name, but the guy from Veep, he does also have a line where, because they're watching like the old film that the Home Alone guy,
The fake movie.
the fake
yeah.
movie, he says the line, "Oh,
It's a sci-fi remake.
yeah,
Of the movie that's in Home Alone.
Yeah.
Again, conceptually, I think a good gag.
I think so." And he says, "Oh, why do they remake these ones? It's always like soulish and shit."
Yeah.
I don't. It
This is to me one of the most soulless remake cash grab franchise continuations I've seen. And the fact that it's on Disney Plus, I think shows they don't give a shit.
no.
Whoever the producers were, like it's just like it feels manufactured, feels quickly spat out. it's just an empty movie. There's a few extras.
Do we feel as though the script was a lot darker? Because I feel like it could have been, and I think a dark Home Alone could work. Hey, maybe this kid is an asshole.
Yeah.
That's the angle they went for.
Yeah.
They presented it. They filmed like 2.5 hours. Disney went, hey, we wanted a remake, not this.
Yeah.
And then they've had to like scrap a lot because it turned the tone is all over the place.
Like, I can't imagine... I guess unless everybody just needs a paycheck, which is also totally fine. I'm really happy people just get paid, right? I'm glad people that are funny get paid.
I love English, like those 8 out of 10 actors. Like even the Cinderella one, I'm like, good.
Yeah,
you deserve
good.
a
Get a
Disney
paycheck. But it's one of those things where I like to think, even if they did need a paycheck, that there was something interesting about the project to them.
Yeah. There's a lot of good people in this.
Yeah.
And people I'm surprised... Like,
who just get super quick moments.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand why Chris Parnell would be in this movie for to show up really for a day and go...
And not even a lot. He goes, can you bring my, like snoring thing? That's it.
Yeah. Because it's like, what's the first Home Alone? That's got to be much longer than this one,
I
right?
feel like an hour 50.
Yeah, right? So that's like...
But this one felt... I mean, again, it feels
longer.
dry. It feels longer, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Well, because like we're about an hour in. What's happened? Because you know in your head, it's like, oh, well, we're going to do he's missing his home, so now, but then the trap's going to come. So.
But they never... It's like, he's only missing for 2 days.
Yeah.
So he gets 1 day to eat candy, and he's like, oh, I hate it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what? Like, here's the thing. That's what was fun about Kevin, was because of the lack of technology in that. Kevin, like, has to do shopping, has to do cleaning. And it's not like he runs a ruckus in the house, but he also gets to do things that he's never gotten to do before, which is, like, shave.
Yeah.
He gets to do a lot of these childlike wonder sorts of things where it's like, I get to be a little bit of an adult.
Damn, John Hughes smashed it, huh?
Like, yeah, like, it's just, like, that makes so much more sense. And I like the fact the second time they come to rob him, he has to have all the mannequins up and is like there's a party. Like he does all of these clever things before he has to get violent with traps.
Whereas this kid...
0 to 100.
0 to 100. Essentially, he finds out... Let's smash it out. So Rob and Ellie go to the house. He knows the pin because he was there when they set out the pin. Bad. Anyway.
And this is another thing where they set up how nice of a guy he is.
Yeah. He doesn't want to steal. He's like he's regretting it.
It makes him feel awful.
Anyway, so should we get to the traps?
Yeah. Okay. So in the lead up, they have the key to get in.
Yeah.
He decides not to do that because he's too nice of a person. They decide to break in from the back.
Yep.
They don't end up doing that. The kid overhears that they're going to come back that night and steal it, so he rigs all the traps. So far, what's foiled them is his own anxiety about getting caught because he's a good person, and a wall.
Yeah.
So far the kids...
And a miss... Because essentially the kid thinks they're going to kidnap him and give him to Granny's.
Because they call it an ugly little boy.
Yeah.
And he assumes it's him.
Yeah.
Which is also a funny gag.
A great bit. We can all relate to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, essentially this is the last 40 minutes. And... essentially we've spent I think most of the film following
with the parents.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I want them to get the doll. Because here's the thing, if the kid's stolen the doll, what a shitty thing for the kid to do.
Yeah.
So I hate the kid for having stolen from the other family
100%.
for no reason, but to prove a point because he didn't like the interaction he had with the dad. These traps are so gleefully violent. I've never felt so uncomfortable watching a kid's movie.
So uncomfortable, right?
I almost fast-forwarded through some sequences. And this is a PG kids film, and I went, I don't want to see this.
Should we go into the traps? We can go, I wrote them all down.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so, again, in the first Home Alone, they're very, cartoonish. They're a bit Looney Tunes-esque. And the villains deserve it.
Yes.
They've it's assumed that they've no morals.
They're not nice. They've already been stealing from a ton of houses.
Kevin has tried not to do this. He tried to avoid it, and then finally he had to interact with it. This kid's gone, I'm gonna hurt them.
Yeah.
We start with one. He's iced the road.
Yep.
They then crash into a tree.
They have an awful car accident. Yeah. So here's the thing. In the lead up to them trying to just save their house, they've also lost a car. A huge asset to lose. I'm already feeling for them. I'm already devastated they've lost a car.
They both get out their car and they say to each other, should we just quit while we're ahead? This is too much. I don't want to. And Ellie's like, no, We are desperate. We need to get that for our home.
We need to do this for the kids.
Yeah.
I could cry.
Why would you start a awful torture scene with starting with that?
They get more sympathetic the closer they get to the torture sequences.
And this feels wrong, but it feels so wrong that these people get hurt. I felt like the criminals, but these are just like our parents. Anyway, there's some pretty grim traps.
Yeah.
First off, he flashbangs them with lights.
Oh my god.
He essentially burns their retinas and they start tripping and shit over everything.
I felt awful for them. Oh god.
Okay, well, I thought the traps would be kind of fun because Rob...
they are very violent.
he eats a hot sauce cookie. I'm like, oh, that's a bit cheeky. Oh, that's a bit fun. Ellie goes round the back. He fucking throws a Molotov cocktail at her. Her feet are on fire and she runs and she cries. And what is this?
She cries.
She cries. How much did you feel for her? I was like...
She just needs the money.
She just
needs to get the thing that you stole back from her. It crushed me. Because here's the thing. When Marv gets lit on fire, he then is told to play it so comedically.
He screams and does a handstand in the toilet.
Yeah.
Ellie breaks down in the snow.
It crushed me. I thought it was so sad. Why is this in the film? It was the same with when he was eating the cookies. I was like, I bet there's razor blades in them.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
he
I was
opens
like,
his mouth and
just
it's
like,
blood. My larynx.
Goes to have the milk and it's just pins.
Fuck me dead. Okay, so essentially, Rob then enters, and as he enters, the fucking kid has a cue ball gun, shoots him in the face.
Oh,
Shoots him in the face.
Awful.
It doesn't, the traps with like the paint can feels inventive. He has a gun and shoots him with a blunt object. He then puts the code in. He's actually put a...
Oh, I hated this.
This was
agony.
This was Saw level shit, wasn't it? It was like torture porn.
I know.
He like, the finger on like the, on the security code.
Yeah.
The pin is a close-up and his finger goes straight through the pin. Oh my god.
Then he's fallen down, he's conked out.
Yeah.
Ellie's trying to get through the door. Fucking banging him in the head, concussion after concussion after concussion, like...
Well, that's the thing. This is like a kind of inventive one, but not... It's so 20. He puts VR headset on him.
I hate this.
Hate this.
Because I was like, are you an idiot?
Yeah, take it off.
Just take it off.
Take it off.
I don't think...
Also, did he have time to render and model this entire VR game?
Did he know he was going to be in a Santa costume?
Yeah.
That was the thing. I was like, why is
God.
his body there?
Yeah.
That's not how VR works.
No. It's such a nitpick, but come on.
It was just one of these things where I was like, it makes Rob Delaney look like an idiot.
Yeah. And this kid looked like a genius.
Also, here's the thing. Blank Check did this 20 years ago.
I was saying, they did the blank check bullshit. They can't do that. That's a Disney property. We can't take it for that.
The only way this would have worked, it would have been and it would have been so rogue if Rob Delaney took it off and went, he blank checked me.
Looks to camera, winks to us. That's for you WWT boys.
The Lego, do the Lego.
Oh god. So essentially he's like, they establish there's a lot of overused jokes that feel like 2020 memes. Is like, oh, those Lego bricks, they always hurt. It's barbaric. He lays Lego bricks and then just kicks Ellie in the face. Then essentially she falls and
when she falls onto her knees on those Lego bricks.
Give the sound effect artist the Foley work. I think they genuinely broke bones. They just small orphan.
I'm convinced Ellie Kemper went
method
and just was like, I'm gonna fall on some fucking Lego.
I saw what Shia LaBeouf did for Fury. I'm gonna do that for Home Sweet Home Alone. Oh my god.
She then runs upstairs.
Yeah.
Right. This is the worst one.
This is the worst one.
This is the worst one.
Yeah. Actually, the second worst one. I think it's worse as well. She gets up there and she's broken. She's actually broken.
She's a mess. I feel so much.
Like in the other ones, the villains are like, "I'm gonna get you." She's like, "Can we just talk?"
She's like, "I just want to talk to you. I think we can be rational.
Yeah.
Please stop hurting us."
The little kid, then he's on a treadmill. He starts throwing 10-kilo weights.
Oh, that's right.
And it goes into her toe. Oh my god.
One goes for her head.
Yeah.
It frisbees through a door.
Yeah.
could have killed her.
Could have killed her.
You're right. They get even worse.
They get way worse.
They get. Oh my god! They'll tell you what, the stunt work and the effects, I think, for when she gets hit with the ball and bounces through the house, that was cool.
That was cool, wasn't
Thought that was well done.
It was well done, but in like a, I don't know, like a John Wick. Where you're like, wow, that's a Russian spy.
You were like, oh, what a great one take.
Yeah. But yeah, Rob's down the bottom, just like, can we talk? And he just fucking throws a bag of concrete at his bed.
He's like, I'm just gonna throw shit at you, and you're like, oh, just pounds of sugar and pounds of flour and stuff. Like, oh, they get up to the attic bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I hated this. This terrified me. She pulls down the attic.
Yeah.
2 guns are pointing at her, and you're like, oh, cool. It'll be fucking Nerf bullets. No, there's like pins pierced through the Nerf bullets.
The smelly kids at school did this because they just had no supervision.
And they just went, and they stab her through the face and the hands.
Get an eyeball. And she's like, I'm a porcupine. But then she cries. It's like, oh my God. Ellie gets way more than she should. Oh, God.
I know. It feels... This is the most violent movie against women I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I will say that right now. I've seen way more graphic stuff, but what Ellie Kemper goes through in this movie's vile.
The start of the film, I was like reading all the reviews, and it was sort of like, oh, this soulless remake. And I was like, watching it, I'm like, listen, it's got no one's talking about this is torture porn. It's beyond. It's so bad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Watch this scene. You'll be so surprised. It's in like, because I don't know how Home Alone, the first one, does it. I think it's just the actors reacting.
I think the actors it's better directed.
Yeah.
It's got a more wholesome. Like, here's the thing. The kid doesn't go through like an arc.
No.
The mother doesn't go through an arc. And then remember, there's a misdirective, like, don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah.
With the guy that's, like, stalking Kevin McAllister, right?
The creepy dude.
Yeah. So, because there's no arcs, there's nothing to be learned.
No.
Like, because it's the end climax, and you don't want either of them to, like...
Win.
So,
And then you just feel sorry for the pain they're going through, because it does not feel justified. Let's see as well.
Trampoline.
Yeah, Ellie... is it Ellie or Rob? I think it's Ellie.
No, Rob goes over the trampoline.
Yeah, so the kid's like, can't catch me, I'm down here. And then Rob's like, I'm not going to take the ladder like an idiot. I'll take the trampoline. Jumps off. The kid just like knocks the stool, jumps on the trampoline, and then his head cracks open over a tree. Cracks into a tree. Loses a tooth.
So what does he do? He starts chasing after the kid.
Yeah.
The kid's rigged a thing so that sharp, frozen icicles will start and they make it's directed in the way of this could kill him.
Yeah. It's raining brimstone.
So
and
sharp.
shards
and
of glass.
Smashing. Like, one almost gets him. It's terrifying. Yeah. Oh, my God.
This is probably the weirdest bit of the film. They all, like, you're expecting something big and like them to like die or something. They all come together and then they go, this was a misunderstanding. We want the doll. And the kid's like, really? And then Ellie's like, hey, we're really sorry we attacked you. I'm going to say it right now. The amount of adrenaline and pain, I would have actually skinned the kid. I think they have justified of hurting this kid.
No.
The fact that they flip so quickly of just like, we're sorry.
Can you imagine the ending? The mum comes home and the kid's just skinned, hanging from the rafters, swinging
I
in the house.
I was like, at this point, I was like, that would be tame for this film. That'd be calm and like relaxed. It feels, how strange are they?
It's
flip
weird. So it
quickly.
turned out he didn't take the doll.
No.
The doll was still at home.
Yeah.
Then the two parents become really worried about the fact that the kid was left home alone.
They were like, was no one here for you? And they're like, he was like, no, I was home alone. They're like, well, that's sad. Let's help you.
So
there should be jail time, by the way. They all should go to jail. Because the cops show up and the mum show up and they're like, what happened here? They're like...
Well, I mean, I think the workaround, which was fine, which is they paid for all the damages.
who paid for the emotional trauma
that I went through.
Yeah. That
Disney Plus needs to give me a month for free.
Oh, exactly.
I'm calling them out.
Anybody watch this film, you get a month on us. That's our Christmas gift
We're
to you.
sorry.
The mum and son reunites. It's not very touching.
Yeah, I don't care about their relationship.
I don't care about their relationship.
They had 2 scenes that probably last about a minute each before they go missing, and the mother just hopped on a plane and came back.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Misunderstanding.
I never thought she cared about her son that much. I don't think the son cares much about the mum anyway.
No. It then flashes up 1 year later, and
Odd.
they're all sitting. I don't know why they stayed in touch. They should.
Well, I assume because they had to pay for the damages.
Yeah.
And there's some goodwill. Because they looked after the kid for half a day while the mum came back.
Yeah, but the kid tortured them. I don't know why they wouldn't have more resentment.
The kid almost killed all of them.
Yeah.
A chandelier nearly murders them all.
Yeah. And it ends in
I reckon the chandelier should have fallen, and the kid's like, "Oh, I didn't plan for that, but luckily we're all okay." And then Ellie Kemper's like, Rob? Rob? Rob it!
a glass shard in his thigh. No, his thigh, his stomach.
In his
just like-
stomach, one down through his neck, one coming out his eye, and he just is wobbling and falls down dead. Like
1 year later, sitting around the table, wasn't that a hijinks, huh? Bit of
he's
fun.
like, I am permanently disabled. On a wheeling chair, rolls out, just like
the doll didn't cover the medical expenses.
it is America after
Yeah.
all. He's like, we're left in more debt.
Yeah, $400,000 to be
I know.
exact.
He's like, we lost the house and we did end up selling one of the children.
Yeah. The kids don't get much, do they? They're kids.
I know, they don't. I hated this weird end bit where it's like, can I have a soda?
Yeah.
Why is Rob Delaney still just kind of like, I don't. If a kid asks for a soda, I'd probably just give him a fucking soda.
Yeah.
Like, I get that it's
We're
like,
not parents. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. Like, fucking give him a bag of sugar and a spoon. I don't mind. And a lighter. And a syringe. Anything to add? It really upsets me that Pete Holmes is not here. Yeah. Again, I don't know.
It feels like a reshoot. I'm hoping that's the reason rather than a messy divorce.
It feels like the movie. It feels like maybe they thought we wouldn't notice.
Yeah.
But I like Pete Holmes, so I was looking out for Pete Holmes.
I feel bad because this is my first interaction with Pete Holmes, and it's not a good one.
They don't give him anything, do
No,
they? Do
they don't.
like
he takes a selfie with one of the kids.
Have you watched Crashing?
No.
I think he's fine in the chaos.
Yeah.
Like I quite liked him in the chaos.
Yeah.
But then in the marriage story scene,
Yeah.
he's like, "I wish you were dead."
9 kids I had to look after. 9 kids. You think I got to fit a fucking time?
She's
You had
like,
2 weeks in Tokyo. You.
I love the idea that because here's the other confusing thing: how did they get separated?
They explain it.
No, because she's saying that they've split the family in 2.
No.
But the family looks so big when it's Pete Holmes that all it seems to me is the mum left early on a flight by herself.
I think they explain that. They go, I could only get a flight 2 weeks earlier. That's it.
2 weeks earlier?
A week earlier or something like that.
What, was he asleep in the car a week earlier?
Yeah.
For a week?
That's how comfortable
That's
the
how
BMW
comfortable
is.
I know, and it sustained his nutrients too.
Recycle the air.
Yeah, there was a drip came out of nowhere, plugged into him.
Like a baby bird.
I love the idea he wakes up, it's like the Matrix. He's covered in goo, he's got to rip all the things off. He's like, oh god,
That tortures some parents.
I know, he's like, oh my god, I can't believe I got stuck in that Ford Fiesta.
The Matrix is like, it was a fucking BMW. We're sponsored by them. You're going to say the name right.
Anything to add?
A shame with everyone involved. I don't blame anybody. I just blame... I want to blame... I like Disney in the sense that you can just blame them for being evil.
Yeah,
and that's
true.
why this is bad.
Alright, Oscar. Who would watch Home Sweet Home Alone?
That name alone, I forgot what it sounds like. I think if you're trying to make... you know what? They should have done this. They should have made Gnome Alone. It should have been a continuation of the Sherlock Gnomes and all that sort of stuff.
It's probably a thing.
It probably is a thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
An elf just starts torturing, I don't know, parents.
We already came up with that concept.
Yeah, we actually nailed it, didn't we? I don't know. Here's the thing. It's not like... Okay, so let's just say what this really is. I feel like it's like the new Grinch, It's that kids probably might see Home Alone a bit too old now.
Yep.
And maybe this is their version of the thing.
Ugh.
But I don't know if that really works.
The thing is, this is so, like, it's soulless, it's empty. I don't think there's any love. I don't think anyone's particularly proud of the work they're doing in the movie. It just felt like I couldn't... Because here's the thing. I think the reason I was enjoying the guy from Veep in this movie is because he looked like somebody that was having fun.
Oh, yeah.
And that's probably because he wasn't given the full script and he's only in a handful of scenes and they told him to run wild and it was probably a fun week for him to be on these sets or whatever. He's exuding, like, enjoyment, right? Yeah. So therefore there's, like, a nice energy to those scenes. There's not a lot in the rest of the movie.
No.
It's like one of those things where it's like, I don't believe they went to Tokyo. Like, it's...
They said they filmed in Tokyo. That's what threw me. Right?
What? The airport, maybe?
I don't know, but they credit... Like, I was looking at, like, just where it's filmed. It said it had a Tokyo
Like,
filming.
I wonder what the budget of this is. Because the budget of the second one's huge because of the New York shooting locations.
Yeah.
Because that movie makes it feel like New York is a playground for the kid.
God, that sounds like a tagline for Home Alone 2. New York, the playground for the kid. Do we have anyone? Yeah, so I guess, would you say kids, this is their new, like, I don't want to say the Home Alone is old, but it is about 30 years old now.
It is, but it's charming and warming.
It is.
Like, yeah.
What's the new, what's like I guess is it Elf? Maybe that's still like
Yeah, I
the
think
newest.
Elf is like a big one for them.
What's the most recent, like, big Christmas film?
People really like Klaus.
Oh, yeah, true. That's a big one.
That's cute. I
I'll say that. That's probably Netflix's, like, if that, like, sticks around, they must be really happy about that.
Yeah, that's true. What else has been like a big Christmas movie as of late?
Oh, that one that's like it's like Bill and he becomes Santa. It's called something better than that.
Bill?
No, it's not Bill. It's like
The Tim Allen one?
No, not Tim Allen. The one that's like it's Arthur and like the Arthur Christmas.
Oh yes, Arthur Christmas.
Yeah,
I like Arthur Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Do kids even give a shit about Christmas movies? Like,
I don't think kids care about Christmas.
I don't think they
give a shit.
I don't care. They don't care.
They're always on their phones.
Yeah,
They're watching
that's
TikTok.
right. They're always watching Home Sweet Home Alone on their phones in that shrunken little screen up in the corner.
Oh yeah, while watching TikToks and their brains getting rotted because they're watching 4 things at once, which we do as well. We're children essentially. Man, pretty soulless. Haven't got a clue.
Yeah, I know who it's for. It's not for women. So violent. No. I guess it's for fans of Saw.
Yeah, if you.
This is better. This is a more fulfilling torture porn film than the new Jigsaw movie was with. Oh, sorry, Spiral from the Book of Saw. Stupid fucking title.
The name?
Yeah.
Goodness, yeah. Okay, if you wanted to. It's not even like there's like 9 saws. It's like there's enough saws, but if you're still craving a bit of Saw, check out Home Sweet Home Alone.
Here's how I'd rank them: the first Saw, the second Saw, the third Saw, Home Sweet Home Alone, Saw 5, 4, 6, 7, 8. But then Home Alone's above them all.
Oh yeah, Home Alone is
Home Alone, Saw 1. Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2, Saw 1.
Yes. Saw 2,
Saw
Home
3.
Alone Sweet 2.
No, then Sweet Home, Home Alone. Wait. Sweet...
Can
Home
we just,
Sweet
let's
Home
just agree
Alone.
it's Home Alone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Home Sweet Alone, and then Saw.
Home Sweet... No. Home Alone... Oscar, did you have a palate cleanser this week?
Yes, Carl. I watched A Futile and Stupid Gesture. It's like a mock biopic, but also still a biopic. Mockupic, but then kind of bends back around about the life of, I'm not sure what his name was, I've completely forgotten, but it's pretty much what's the magazine called?
Yeah, the guy that created Mad magazine.
No,
right?
not Mad.
No.
It's the other one. Fuck, I'm going blank.
But it also ties into like SNL.
Yeah, essentially, it's kind of like the start of like it's like Will Forte's playing. What's it called? It's gonna annoy me now. Not Animal. It's Animal House. It's the thing before Animal House.
It's a guy that created National Lampoon.
That's it. Yes, it's pretty much the biopic of like National Lampoons, and it starts off kind of a bit more fun and like cheeky, and then kind of like gets a bit like real with it. It's a really interesting style. It kind of reminds me of like Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox story, but like
but this has drama.
Yeah, it has drama. It's really good, except the tone. The tone's all over the place, but I really liked it. I thought it was interesting, and it's interesting to see like where like Chevy Chase and all that sorts came from. Yeah, I really liked it
because it has just lots of fun comedians playing all of like the Bill Murrays and the Dan Aykroyds and everything like that. No, I think I really like A Futile and Stupid Gesture, and that's nice that you went and sorted it out. Because it's like, who goes all the way back into like one of Netflix's early movies?
Oh, was that Netflix that made that?
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah, well, no, I was just like, I'm trying to find like, there's like a lot of comedy films. I'm just trying to find them. And that one was like, I was like, oh, I've heard okay-ish things. And I was very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I think, what's it called? John McHale playing Chevy Chase is quite good.
Yeah.
I think.
And I'm sure John McHale, having spent a lot of time with Chevy Chase on Community, means that he's probably doing a pretty spot-on impression.
Yeah. I read it somewhere that he like had talked to him and he was like, yeah, I was doing a lot of cocaine. It's just like crazy how much drugs were a part of that.
Oh yeah, drugs, big time in that era. And you can tell, because having just watched Only Murders in the Building with Steve Martin and Martin Short, They were both in a movie with Chevy Chase called The Three Amigos, and they don't look anywhere near as old as Chevy Chase does.
Yeah.
Steve Martin hasn't aged in a long time, and I'm sure that's because of some work, but it's very nice looking work.
It is very nice looking work. It has an also nice message, just like, I don't know, the fault of fame and like how that works for comedians. I think it catches on that really well. Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Especially if you don't know where the movie's going.
Yeah.
I think the emotional payoff's really strong.
I think so too. I think so really too. What did you watch, Carl? What was your palate cleanser?
I watched, I shall call out the movie A Hero, which is from the director of A Separation, which is like an Iranian?
It's Iranian,
yeah. Separation's really good. Have you ever seen that?
No, I was meant to for a class. I didn't, and then I regretted it. Going, it looked good.
Yeah, that's a really good film. But this was very good. I saw this at the Sydney Film Festival, and basically, like, it's just kind of like this really frustrating film of just like about truth and lies, and just this one guy who gets to leave jail on a specific day, for a day because you're allowed to take leave at low-level jails in Iran. Like, an opportunity presents itself, he almost takes it, he doesn't. Everybody applauds him for it until people like, prove that you actually did this, and he realizes he can't. And so everybody slowly begins to turn against him. It just becomes more frustrating and frustrating because we know what he's done, and it's just like, and it's just a really very unique small scale telling, and it's great to see a different culture and like their version of these low-level jails and stuff like that. Really enjoyed it. Very good film.
Fantastic.
Yeah. All right, Oscar, what are we reviewing next week?
Next week, we're continuing Disney month with a little thing called Maleficent 2.
Ooh, what's the subtitle?
Mistress of Evil. We were meant to do it this week, but then this thing showed its head and,
reared its head.
And
we said, not today, Junior.
That's the line.
Yeah. No fun.
But hey, glad we've watched it, so now you guys don't have to watch it, and you can be part of the conversation.
I know.
That's what we're here for.
Call us on 1300
6550506.
It's the reading, writing hotline.
Yes, because if you're listening to this, you're probably illiterate.
Yeah. Thanks for listening.